Hi everyone and welcome to my Proverbs home. I am so glad that you're here today. I hope that the weather in your neck of the woods has cooled off a little. I mean, it has been very warm, but today it went down to 67 and the rest of the week is supposed to be nice. And should young women move out the home right away? And my answer to that is going to surprise you. I hope that you're doing great. Stay a while and subscribe and get to know me, and I'll get to know you. We're going to share today some homemaking things I've been doing with my granddaughter in the home. I've been working with my granddaughter, helping her homemake, teaching her different things, different skills that she's going to need a little later on in life. One of those things was, she told me this week, she said, "Grandma, I want to sew something. I want to make something." So we went through our box of patterns. I have lots of patterns to make doll clothes, to make aprons, to make pillows, just lots of patterns that I had. So we took this one out. So we decided to make this one here. And if you can see, I don't want to put it too close. We made this one. We started with wanting just to make this one, and then we ended up making a two-piece. Even though this is one piece, we ended up making a two-piece. And this was so much fun, and we actually worked on this by hand. We did. I do have two sewing machines, but I have to get them ready, put the bobbin there with the thread and stuff, and I haven't done any of that, so we decided let's do something fun by hand, and we did. That's the back side. This is the front. And then I put ribbon on the side, some lace ribbon so she can tie it back when she puts it on. It's almost like a little pinafore just to cover her clothes when she's baking. So I made that for her. And then I'm going to show you the bottom part. And she picked out all the material. And she picked out the material for the pockets. And then I placed a little ribbon here, so when she wraps it around, I just tie it in the back. And it's just really cute. She really loves it, and she's really enjoying it. So I made this for my granddaughter, and we just had a really nice time working on this. It's, of course, it could be a lot better. This is not anything professional. This is something we did by hand. I did use the bonding tape that you use to put hems up. So I used that. I had a bunch of that tape, and I ironed it and hemmed it up, and the rest was done and sewn by hand. And we really enjoy making this together, my granddaughter and I. Now back to my question. Should girls be so quick to move out of their homes? My answer is no. Why am I saying that's a surprising answer? Because when I was younger and I was in my late teens, going into my 20s, I wanted to move out. I wanted to be on my own. I wanted to have my own place, my own car. But I didn't always make the wise choices. And I think it's so important that we teach our young girls, whether they're our daughters or our granddaughters and they're young, that it's okay to enjoy being home and staying with your parents. If you're a young lady and you're watching this, I think it's so important. I know you might think, well, no, I want to go to college. I want to climb that ladder. But I would say with that comes a lot of responsibility. There is nothing wrong with going to school. There's nothing wrong with being educated. There's nothing wrong with any of that. But I would tell you too, those who have never gone to college, there's nothing wrong with that either. You don't have the bills. You don't have the loans you have to pay back. And there's so many other things you can do with your life that are great. But of course, if you want to be a nurse or you want to do something like that, you have to have the education for that. It's very important. If you want to be a teacher, all those jobs are great. But do you know you can do all those things and stay home with your parents? Learn how to be a homemaker. Learn how to take care of your parents and love them, especially parents that have taken care of you and been good to you. I know that's a shocker, and I know that's not popular in these days. When they're telling us women that we just need to be like men. When they're telling us women that we just need to go on ahead and be on our own, we don't need children, we don't need our husbands, we don't need nothing. And I'm here to tell you to be careful. Think about it. Pray about the decisions you're about to make. Too many young girls are so quick to move in with their boyfriends. I know this by experience because I've seen it. Too quick to move in. Too quick to make really serious lifelong decisions like buying a house with someone they're not married to. That can cause a lot of problems in your future. and it comes with a lot of pain. So I think it's important to pray about the decisions you're going to make, to learn to love to homemake, to learn to love your home. If your circumstances are different where you have to move out, then maybe do that on your own. Don't be quick to move in with a guy. And this goes for guys too, but I'm talking to women now because my channel is based on women. But also men are too quick to make decisions that can be lifelong and they can hurt them. And we need to learn to wait and to enjoy our homes. So back in the day, many men left school at an early age because they wanted to work the land. They wanted to help their parents. And they did really good with their lives. Many young ladies did the same. And they did not leave their home till they were ready to be married. I think we lost a lot of the importance of that. I want to show you a book that I think is so nice and so neat. And it's called The Prairie Girls. And I know a lot of us, when we think of homemakers, we think, okay, long gown, long dress like the 1800s, bonnet on all day, baking bread. Baking bread is wonderful, but doesn't mean that you have to wear a long dress and wear a bonnet, right? You could just dress comfy throughout the day, but it's also nice to take care of yourself, right? The way you feel comfortable with. Make your hair look nice, wear clothes that you feel good in, that you feel comfortable in, that when you're homemaking, you're enjoying it. That you know the importance of homemaking even at a young age. And this is a great book because it teaches young ladies how to go on ahead and prepare poultry. It teaches young ladies to make pillows and make different things, to even make a rug. This is a great book. I've had this for quite a long time, The Prairie Girls. I think it's pretty amazing, and I think this is a great book you should share with your daughter or your granddaughter. I did buy it on Amazon. I'm sure probably thriftbooks.com has this book. I think the best life someone can have is to be in a home that's full of love. I don't think the best life you can have is to be rich. Now, hear me out for a second. I am not saying that working and saving money, I always have to say this, and making sure you have your retirement or whatever it is you need is not important. We would be foolish to throw caution to the wind and to not be prepared for our future. I think it's very important to be prepared. You hear the truck? To be prepared for the future. But I also think the most important is to have a home full of love, to be able to bake, to be able to make clothes, to be able to do things in your home. Yeah, it might be a little messy. You may have some things laying around, but you feel that love in your home. I think some of the best homes that I've been to have been homes that maybe not everything is perfect and in its place. Maybe the pantry's full, right? Maybe there's some dishes in the sink. Maybe there's some crafts on the table. But it's full of love and full of homemaking. It is so important. I like things to be organized. I do. But I also like my home to feel lived in. Another thing that my granddaughter and I enjoyed is making Rice Krispie treats. I will insert a little clip of us working on Rice Krispie treats. My granddaughter so enjoyed it.
I put something inside that made it so creamy.
Oh.
It was like melted.
Yeah, I'm sure it was delicious. We had such a great time doing that. Just teaching our young girls how to care for themselves, how to care for their body, how to care for their hair, how to care for themselves. It's not all about just as soon as I turn 18, as soon as I turn 19, I'm out the door. I want to live on my own. You're going to be submitted to someone. Even when you're out on your own, it's going to be your landlord you have to pay rent to, or it's going to be somebody you have to work for. And maybe you're working 40 hours a week, you're never home, and all you're doing is working, dealing with problems that people have at work. Yes, working is important. Everybody's story is different. There are women that have to go to work. There are women, they don't have a choice. But do you know there's ways that you can still work and enjoy your home? We don't need everything our neighbors have. We have to use what we have and make it work with what we do have in our home. Now, I want to show you these. I want to show you what my granddaughter got me. She got me this really pretty handkerchief. And we went into a vintage store. We went into a vintage store where I show you the vintage books. And my granddaughter got this for me. It's like $1. And she said, Grandma, I want you to have it. And I love it. So beautiful. I got this one. And these are pretty because these you can put around the house. Let me move away from the camera. These you can put around the house and make your home just look really pretty with these. You can put them on tables. And then this one, I got this little one my granddaughter gave me. Just a tiny one for my dolls. Just really pretty. It's like a pink color. It's just very small. And I wanted to show you these. While I was looking, we were looking at the materials for this. I found this in my basket. And I just think it's so pretty. How pretty that is. Just so pretty. Such a pretty lilac color. And I'm going to put this on my table. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So these things are so pretty to pick up when you see them, even if they're very inexpensive and you can use them to decorate your home. For homemaking, I think they're really, really nice. Here I have my Laura Ingalls doll. I know I haven't showed you her in a little bit, but I think it's time to take this off of her. I've had it on her for a while, and I thought maybe it's time to take the poncho off. It's kind of hot. I think she's hot. So I moved some things around and I put my Laura Ingalls doll in my bedroom now. She's so pretty. She's got this really pretty dress on. I've got to be careful with her hair because it's synthetic. And I've got to braid it again. That's my Laura Ingalls doll. She's a prairie doll. And I also have this little top, so I thought maybe putting this on top and her wearing this cute top. So I might put that on top of her. Okay. So here she is in her pretty dress, and I love this dress because it has buttons. It has these little plaids on them. So pretty. And this is the back. Just really, really pretty. So I decided I'll put that on her. Such a pretty prairie girl. You know, we love the times of Laura Ingalls, Little House on the Prairie. Why do we love those times? Because even though they had their trials back then, but it was a simpler time of life. It was a time where people didn't look into much having a lot of things. They enjoy their homes. They used what they had to enjoy their homes. Being a great homemaker, whether young or older like me, it's about taking care of your home and the people in your home that you love. Doesn't mean that you have to be married right away. It could be your parents or your grandparents you take care of. You know, marriage is a wonderful thing too. It's a blessing from God. But don't be too quick to give up too much too soon. Remember to enjoy what God has given you, even as a young lady, and to be the best homemaker you can be. God bless you all. Thank you for joining me today in this video, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. See you soon.